Welcome to AI Champions. I'm your host, Chris Budihas, and joining me virtually from Minneapolis is James with Vilas.ai. James, how are you?
I'm well, thanks, Chris. Thanks for having me.
No, I appreciate it. Thanks for taking time to talk about AI. So Vilas, this company, what is it? What do you do? How do you use AI?
Yeah. So what we are is we specialize on AI training. We started, I started back in 2022. We started training right at the beginning of 2023. We do AI education and training. We focus on companies, organizations, getting folks up to speed on specifically either ChatGPT or Copilot. And, if
Okay.
they're using other models, we can certainly accommodate those as well.
Yeah, so obviously business is wide and deep. So is there a specific area? Is it products, services, manufacturing? Is it logistics? What is there any
So,
specific
uh,
business types that you kind of gravitate towards?
Not really. As far as
Yeah.
industry goes, we are across the board. I mean, absolutely everyone really needs some sort of training. We work with large companies, mid-sized companies. Uh, as reference, one of our larger clients have a few hundred employees.
Yeah.
So what we do is we provide training. Training usually lasts somewhere around either one day, which is 6 hours, or we can spread it out over a few weeks, but we go through all of the features, whether it's Copilot, all of the apps, how does it
Yeah.
work, and we really focus on how to think about AI specifically if you're using ChatGPT.
Yeah, I mean, I automatically I can see the value, right, with an organization with the five generations in the workplace right now, between baby boomers to Gen Z and millennials. You probably have a disparity in level of comfort and level of information or knowledge in all three areas. Regardless, we always assume like millennials and the Gen Z has this all figured out, and the reality of it, not necessarily. I think it's an assumption people make. So, what are some of the, I guess, issues you're seeing in the workforce right now as far as adoption, and then what kind of benefits are you seeing as a result of post your training with these companies?
Yeah, all of that is, I mean, what you just mentioned actually, Chris,
Yeah.
is very interesting because as far as like Gen Z, to older generations, etc., one thing that I think we find is domain knowledge rules. I mean, if you know your job and you have a history of doing your job, I find that those people really progress at a rapid pace with AI because they know how to ask
Yeah.
questions, they know how to drive that model. Um, and as far as pressure points and bottlenecks, it really is organizations right now trying to wrap their head around
Yeah.
simply where to start and what exactly is this and how do you use it. There's a lot of governance and policy that's in place right now, but once they get that in place and understand,
Yeah.
where they fit in it, then it's about training. It's really about getting people comfortable and acclimating to communication. Communication is number one, and that's why domain knowledge seems to really bubble up to the surface.
So yeah, and I love that. And it's funny when you look at what you're doing. I see the value because I'm in these conversations quite a bit. But for that CEO or for that person that's out there going kind of skeptical, going, hey, why do I need another company to come tell me how to do something? What would you tell them, and what's that return on investment they'll see as a result of somebody coming in there and providing expertise training in this area?
And that's a great point because it's knowing the width of this instrument, this
Yeah.
tool. I refer to it as an instrument. The more you practice, the more you learn how to play. And once you understand that, then you also understand the limitations. So, for example,
Yep.
when we start, people are very, they're cautious. They're kind of, nervous. They put in a question, they get a response back, and they think, oh, that's good. It's always going to be good, and it's always going to be okay. But what we want to do, and what you're talking about, is what's that value? It's about how to push the system, how to
Yep.
push that AI to really get what you want back from it. So once we spend, we're usually in there for If it's a few hundred people, I'll take 20 people at a time, work
Yeah.
with them for, 6 to 9 hours. And once they get acclimated to it, then they know how to ask the right questions and really push the model,
Yeah.
honestly.
That's wonderful, James. James, are you guys servicing nationwide or just specific locations right now?
Right now, we are nationwide.
Okay.
So we are either virtual. We have a couple trainers right now with us that will also travel. So we are traveling all over the country right now, too, doing live workshops, workshops, of course, in Minnesota, but all over the country, along with online as
That's
well.
awesome. So, James, how do folks find you and how they find Vilas.ai?
So Vilas.ai, you can just simply look on the net. We are on LinkedIn as well. We just did a launch again with Vilas.ai, so you can find us on the internet basically and give us a call, contact us, and we're located in Minnesota.
Well, that's great, James. Thanks for connecting on AI Champions. Appreciate you coming on. Thanks for talking about Vilas. Thanks about talking about yourself and what you're doing in this space. I tell folks, it's like you can either ride the wave of AI or you can get buried by it. But right now, we're at home
Oh,
Right now, we're at home talking about going to the beach. We're not even at the beach yet, talking about the waves. So
right.
it is coming. It is here, and to ignore it, I think people are putting themselves in jeopardy. And, especially in
Absolutely.
business. So thanks
Yeah.
again for coming on. I appreciate it.
Great. Chris, thank you.
Yes, sir. All right, folks, you like what
All
you
right.
heard, please connect with James and I on LinkedIn. Take a look at Vilas.ai. Something about organizations that need to embrace AI, but in the right way. And James articulated, it's both understanding what you're trying to solve, how you're going to solve it, and having an expert come in to kind of walk you through that is, well, in my opinion, based on what I've seen, huge return on investment. So we'll see our next segment. Live with gratitude.